Good morning and welcome back to the Wisco Uplander YouTube channel. I'm out here with Remy and Daisy. We are working on something with some pallets. I've been looking up an idea of how to build a deer blind using some recycled pallets, and I found a place that had a bunch that they were throwing out for free, and they're in really good shape. I mean, they're solid, very minimal work I have to do to them to keep them from falling apart. So my idea is I'm gonna build a bale blind of some sort, mostly for rifle season, but maybe some muzzleloader hunting as well. And if I can make it correct, I might be able to make it big enough to draw a bow in as well. So we're gonna try that as well. But I got some leftover chicken fencing, as you can see over here. I think that'll work out good for making the form of the bale itself, and then I will get some other materials to work with. But windy morning this morning, a little bit cooler out, which is nice. Yesterday the bugs were just absolutely horrible. We had beans in the field this year, so as you can imagine, the box elder bugs and ladybugs were swarming. They're just everywhere, unfortunately. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try to film as I build this project, and we'll see how it turns out. I don't have any high expectations, but try something different than this year instead of popping up a ground blind. Good morning, Lenny. Good morning, Timmy. All right, I got everything measured and drawn. Got the board sitting on the pallet right now. As you can see, there'll be about room for 2 people to hunt if you're using just standard size camping chairs or hunting chairs. What do you think, Rem? Do you approve? All right, let's get the saw out and let's get some cutting done. All right, step 1 complete. Got the plywood floorboard cut to size to fit the pallet. So we'll get her fastened down now and move on to step 2. Got the end caps on. So now I'm going to secure a shelf across the top as a shooting rest, and then a couple more cross braces in the front. That way it's a solid unit. And then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do in the back. It's to be determined. Rachel's out here sunbathing with Otto, who is hiding.
Just sleeping.
My little boy. All right, we got the front braces done. So now I have to decide what I want to do for shelving. I might just run one board across as a nice little shelf, and then I'm going to use scrap pieces from the other pallets on the sides, so that way each hunter that sits in here has a little place to put their phone or other accessories. All right, the 3 walls are up. I might put one more cross brace in the front here, but I'm not quite sure yet. It's a pretty steady unit. So I think once I get the rear braces on, it'll solidify these side posts. I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for a entryway into the blind. And once I get that kind of figured out and framed out, then we'll be ready for some chicken wire. How are you?
I need your help.
What's that?
I need your help.
Do I need any help?
Yeah.
No, I should be good. Thank you, though.
What are you doing?
I'm cutting some wood. All right, doorway is open. Makes it getting in and out pretty easy. All right, I think we're almost ready for some tarp. The goal today is to get my windows cut out and then start wrapping it with my tarp and burlap. And then make a door and put on some handles and some shelves, and we are good to go. So the biggest thing I've had to figure out is whether I want to make this one big window or do individual windows. I thought it's wide enough that I could do 3 separate windows. So I cut it out, one in the right, one in the middle, one in the left. And then I'm going to do an individual side window on each side, so that way each hunter can potentially shoot out the right or left side, or at least be able to see out that side. So I think I'm going to do 3 individual windows in the front to start with, and then we'll work our way around. All right, I got the shooting windows cut. For the front, I did 2 bigger windows, and then the middle one's kind of a smaller one, but that way either shooter has a pretty good line of sight. I'm gonna get another small side window. I'm not gonna do anything in the back half on either side or the rear wall. Usually where we hunt, we'll set up the blind where everything you're gonna shoot at is in front of you or to the side of you, and that pretty much justifies what we're gonna do. And then we leave this side closed off, usually to block off any wind or cold air coming in. Cool. I think we're ready to start wrapping, and then we'll cut those windows out once it's wrapped up. All right, tarp job is complete. Got it wrapped around. The only other places I need to really cover up on the back side here. Didn't quite have enough to reach the bottom here, but when I cut this door out right here, hopefully there'll be enough material to spare to cover those 2 holes. So once that's done, we'll be ready for some burlap, and this thing will be ready to rock and roll almost. What is up, you guys? I am back with some more deer blind updates. It's getting there. It's starting to look like a deer blind. I have 1 thing of burlap left, so I picked up 3 more rolls just to have some extras. I also picked up some black plastic sheeting just to use on the roof, just more so to seal it off, because I see that there is some gaps where the tarp didn't quite overlap, and I'm just concerned that if it snows or rains, you know, it's just going to drip inside. So I kind of want to seal that off just to make sure that we're not going to get wet, and just maybe use it on something else in case there's any areas I want to vapor lock some more, or even just windproof more. So it's a, I think it's a 10 by 25 foot section, so lots to work with, but I'll keep you updated as the build continues, and we're getting close to being done. All right, check it out. Got the whole blind finally wrapped in burlap. Oop, about tripped over this chair. And I added a layer of plastic wrap up top, right at the arches. That way any rain, water, or snow melt will stay off of us. So as you can see where my hand is, it should come right off and wash off the tarp. That's nice and sealed, but then it's covering just above the shooting windows, so it'll hopefully drape off the front and not drip in. So it's getting there. Last few things to do is put the shelves on, at least the bottom part, and figure out the door. And once that's figured out, I can figure out if I want to put up some windows, and it should be ready to go. All right, I missed the last few steps of the building process just because I was kind of in a rush to get it done, but it is complete, and it is set out at the hunting land overlooking the nice valley. So I'll give you a little tour of the finished product. We'll go from there. So I did add some handles on the ends, spray painted them black so they don't shine. A little bit easier carrying, but the thing is heavy. So here's the doorway. Some clips to get inside. It's just an inward swinging door. And inside, oh, watch your head. There's a lantern hanging here. So inside, I've got all the windows put in. I just used wire on the sides and some plywood and stapled that on. And then the front windows, I just used some more garden tarp and some more burlap and bungee straps for holding them up. They just swing up and out of the way. This door shuts completely and will block out most of the wind. The shelves were all complete as well with extra pallets. We are ready to shoot some deer in a couple weeks. If you have any questions on the building process, what I used material wise, I'd be glad to answer questions, put some links in the description on what you could find. Really the only things that I purchased for this was the burlap, the tarps, and the black plastic wrap as well. So everything else was already stuff I had laying around the house. So, but if you don't have this stuff laying around, I can help you out. Give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on opening morning.